Pain last week, and I'm one of those. We've got him in here today, Dave.
Well, we sure do. And here he comes right now with Dutch Mantell, looks like in his corner. The Master of Pain, the big guy that...
Awesome power, Master Pain right now.
Awesome power, yeah, I've seen awesome power, all right. David Johnson, he's going against David out of Memphis, Tennessee. Master of Pain, his last address, I think, was state pen in Atlanta, or federal pen in Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, he starts right out. He's on a chokehold, and the referee could disqualify him right there. He started to count, and he finally broke it. But David Johnson, about half the size of this giant, is picked up in the air, no problem. He's pressed straight up in the air by the Master of Pain and takes him up to drop him over the rope, and down he goes. David Johnson with an impossible task in front of him here.
No way in the world he'll be able to do much against this big guy.
Ripped him with that right hand down across the head, picks him straight up, slams him down into the mat. I watched him drop that big leg, boy, boy, boy. 1, 2, and I guess that's it. I mean to tell you, in not very long, what was the time on that, David?
54 seconds.
See that? You see that?
Hey, that's enough of that. Come on, get him out of there.
Showing an awesome power of the Master of Pain.
He already won the match. He doesn't have to start trying to hurt David
Now,
Johnson.
you know who I want out here right now? That big guy who bumps his gums all the time, Jerry Lawler, if he's got an ounce of guts in his body. Let him climb in the ring here, and let's show him how awesome this Master of Pain is. Now, if he's the big champion, the unification title holder, and all that, let him get in the ring right now. And we're not leaving the ring till Lawler comes over.
Lawler has got a match coming up, Dutch. Your match is over there with him.
To come out here. Let's face it, Lawler's afraid to get in the ring, because this man is going to embarrass him in his hometown.
He got the win. Get him out of there, and let's get on with it.
And you can't make me get him out of there.
Well, I'm not going to physically try to...
There's no law for me. There's no law for that man here. Get Lawler out here. Send a message to the bank. Send it, Dave. Don't bump on the line. Do something.
Lawler has got a match coming up in there, and the Master of Pain just walking around stalking it.
Who's Lawler wrestling anyway?
He's got Keith Eric.
Keith Eric, he ain't beat nobody. Let Lawler come out here and face some real competition. Tell him to come around here.
Dutch, if you'd do everybody a favor and let us get on with the program and get out of there. Well, there he is. You go over and tell him your problem. Jerry Lawler has got a match coming up here with Keith Eric. And
get in the ring, Lawler. Come on, you're the big champion. Get in the ring.
Come on, he had a match already lined up.
Let me tell you something, Lawler. You're going to wrestle Keith Eric. Don't worry about Keith Eric. Get in the ring with my man, the Master of Pain. You got an ounce of guts in your body, which I doubt. Climb in there. You're the big champion. You're the big head cheeser. Come on out here. Look, he's leaving. He is leaving. He has showed his true color. Oh, he's coming back. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do.
Come on, Jerry. You don't have to let them bully in a match like this right away with this guy. Lawler climbing in the ring, Dave.
Well, he sure is. Well, all right. Okay. Jerry Calhoun says it's a match, so Lawler's agreed to go against the Master of Pain. He said earlier he'd had some trouble figuring the guy out. Let's see what happens here. Master of Pain.
Not much to figure out there. He just grabbed him by the throat and choked on him.
Yeah, that's kind of what he started doing with David Johnson in his match. Just grab that throat and try to choke him. Look at this, the King up in the air, high in the air.
Press 234 pounds straight up over his head, dumps Lawler down, and the Master of Pain drops with a leg.
Look at that champion laying rolling all around the ring like a big beach whale. Look at it.
This is no title match. Let me make that clear.
I'm trying to prove a point here to the fans here, because they're a bunch of ignorant fans anyway. Look, that don't faze him. That don't faze the Master of Pain. He spent all that time in prison doing hard time. I mean hard time, and a lot of time in solitary confinement. This man has got a lot of mental strength in his body and a lot of physical strength, too, and he's going to use it all against Lawler today. He's going to take the battle to him. Look, he's just going to look at him. Good.
Lawler teed off with that right hand of his, and he didn't faze him. Not that first time. And the Master of Pain stalking him across the ring. Now Jerry wheels him around in the corner, and again he tags him, shakes his head almost imperceptibly. And Lawler's got his hands full. There's no doubt about it. This guy absolutely takes a punch as good as anybody I believe I've ever seen. Now Jerry's trying to pick him up. He goes over 300 pounds. He snaps Lawler up almost with one arm and slams him down. Again.
He's not doing too good, is he, Mr. Russell?
He is off to a slow start, Dutch. No doubt about that.
Slower start by the time all this is over with. I told that Master of Pain, Lawler's not too smart, and, you know, if you goad him a little bit, he'll take the challenge. He thinks he's got to prove something to the fans. The only thing he's going to prove to the fans today is that that title belt he's holding is soon going to be in possession of the Master of Pain, who in turn is going to turn around and give it to either me or Ricky Morton, because he's not going to hold it long. He can't do nothing. Come on, Pain.
Well, maybe you never stopped and thought about the fact he's using this to find out a little bit more about where this guy's weakness is, Dutch.
Well, has he found one yet? So it looks like it's all for naught, if you ask me.
So far, he hadn't found one, but it's not over with.
All for naught. See, what we're witnessing right here is the end of an era, the end of the Jerry Lawler era. And he said a lot of big guys took him on. Yeah, that's true. He beat a lot of guys. He beat who's who in professional wrestling. But this man here is specially recruited, and I don't recruit guys that I don't think can do the job. Because I recruited him especially out of prison because he had a mental attitude and the physical capabilities of taking Lawler out. See, Lawler don't have the size, he don't have the drive, and he don't have just the pure meanness to take this man. Look at that.
Ripping him to the midsection, lefts and rights.
Take him down.
Take a Jerry right off his feet as the Master of Pain. He is a physical specimen, no doubt about that. And this guy, as opposed to, and I'm not knocking it, but I mean, as opposed to the bodybuilder look, he is just massive.
He's just huge and strong. Dutch has stepped into the ring there.
Ought to be a disqualification for him being in there. Dutch backs him up. What is this nonsense?
Come on, Jerry. That's a disqualification as Dutch gets in the ring.
Hey, disqualify him for Dutch getting in there, for crying out loud.
Doesn't interfere. It doesn't have to. He just got in the ring. That's a disqualification automatically.
Now, what is this? Mantell. Well, what is this, Dutch?
Hey, come here, brother. Come here. I'm trying to prove a point here. I want you to look at this man right here, and I want you to look at that man right there and tell me who the top man is. This man right here, Lawler. You're gone, pal, and he's laying. I tell you, we see him laying in the ring, left in the ring. I proved my point.
Yeah, you took it upon yourself to stop them. All right, hey, you've been out here long enough. Now, just get him out of here, Dutch. We don't need any trouble out here from him. You took it upon yourself to stop the match. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's. Well, man, you know what he did that for? He did that just to embarrass Lawler.
That's exactly.
Psychologically, just to try to embarrass him by doing it. One, he didn't beat him, and so Dutch decided the best way in the world to try to embarrass the king out there was just to pull him out of the ring and say, well, we proved our point, we're going to let it stay at that.
But he did not get a victory over the king. That's important to point out, I think. Albert the King not feeling too well right now.
Oh, boy, he took some shots in the midsection. Terrible. We're going to take time out. Be back in just a moment.